Welcome back to my channel, Sinister Files with Kai. Today we're going to start a brand new series called Zodiac Sign Serial Killers, where we talk about a zodiac sign and a serial killer that had that zodiac sign. So today we're going to talk about Scorpio, and the serial killer is Belle Gunness. So let's get started. Belle Gunness was born on November 11th, 1859 in Norway. She was the youngest of 8 children, and at the age of 14 years old, she began working at farms neighboring to where she lived with her family by milking and herding cattle to save money in order for her to move to New York City in the United States. She actually ends up moving to the United States in 1881, but instead of New York City, she moves to Chicago to join her sister who lived there with her husband. There in Chicago, she worked as a domestic worker and then she got a job at a butcher shop. Fast forward to 1884, Belle meets and marries Mads Ditlev Anton Sorensen. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Together, the couple owned a candy store and a home. Both the home and the candy store were insured, and for whatever reason, both burned down. Mad and Belle collected the insurance policy money from both the home and the candy store. They also had two babies together that, for whatever reason, ended up passing away from inflammation of the large intestine. Of course, both babies were insured, and Belle ended up collecting the money from the insurance policies for their passing. The neighbors gossiped a lot about the babies, especially their passing, because they never saw Belle pregnant, or at least she never appeared pregnant, which to them was very suspicious and just weird. Belle also had two insurance policies on her husband Mads. The thing is that one insurance policy was expiring, let's say today, and the other one was going into effect also today. For whatever reason, he ends up passing away that day. Belle explained that he had come home with a really bad headache that day from work, so she provided him a powder for his pain and left him be. A few minutes later, or a few hours later, she just went to check up on him and see how he was, and he had just passed. Belle ended up collecting the money from both insurance policies, making a total of $5,000. She used that money to move to Indiana and bought a pig farm. Now, fast forward to April 1st, 1902, Belle meets and marries Peter Gunness. Together, they had an infant daughter, and one day, when Peter was out of the house, his daughter passes of unknown circumstances and causes in Belle's care. Just 8 months later, he also passed due to a skull injury. Belle explained that Peter had reached for something on a high shelf and a meat grinder fell on him that ended up smashing